Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Audino. Audino is a really fun Pokemon to use, although it doesn't see much light. Now it's very common to see it in a much more supportive role, but it does have the capabilities to run a couple of other different roles. Now unfortunately Audino's stats do let it down a little bit. It has base 103 HP, which is quite nice, and base 86 in both its defenses, meaning that it can be quite a defensive mon. But lackluster speed and lackluster attack and special attack mean that it really struggles to kind of pull through on the physical front or on the attacking front. Now, I've got a couple of sets today. I've got 3 sets designed to hopefully help you out with Audino. But before we get started, if you could scroll down, click that like button, and also that subscribe button, it would really help me out and I would really appreciate it. Okay, first set for Audino. This is probably the most common variant of Audino, or some variant of a common variant of Audino. We have Leftovers, which allows you to heal up every turn, which can be really helpful because you are going to take chip damage with this set at a minimum. We've then got Healer as our ability, and Healer has a 30% chance of curing an ally's status at the end of the turn, so if you're running this in doubles, that can work really nicely. If you're not running it in doubles, I would definitely recommend going for Regenerator. Regenerator can work really well for you. Now, other moves, we have got Wish, which is a fantastic move. It allows you to heal up after the second turn, or you can switch out and get another Pokemon in to allow them to heal up as well, which can, again, as I said, work really nicely for you. You can potentially run Protect with this if you want to. It gives you 50% of your health back. So, you know, if you're struggling, if you're getting hit hard by certain Pokemon, having that Wish there to get into a different Pokemon could definitely work, or stay in this so you can possibly get off a Thunder Wave, for example, or even something like Toxic or Yawn, as they are options that you can run. I've also put Heal Bell on here. Heal Bell allows you to heal the status conditions of all the Pokemon on your team. Now, the one thing you do have to consider here is Pokemon with things like Guts, which mean they do need the status condition for them to be able to survive. The Heal Bell obviously gets rid of that, so you know it's not going to have as much of the attack power on that case. Next up, I put Thunder Wave. You can paralyze the Pokemon half their attack power, which can work really nicely for you, especially not half their attack power, sorry, half their speed for you, which can be really helpful when dealing with a lot of different Pokemon, especially fast Pokemon if you're running a slower team. You can also, as I said, put Toxic. You can put Yawn on here as well as an alternative to Thunder Wave. It just depends what kind of niche you're running on your team. And then finally, I've gone for Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is a fairy type attack. Obviously, it has a lot of good coverage, and I thought that would work slightly better than a normal type attack. You could always go for Hyper Voice as an alternative if you want to go for a normal type, but I thought Dazzling Gleam might work ever so slightly better. Now, there are a couple of other options that you can run with this. You can run Encore on here, which would get a Pokemon stuck into the move they're going for. Now, obviously, if this is like a Ghost type Pokemon going for a Ghost type attack, that would allow you to be able to start doing some shenanigans with Wish, Heal Bell, Thunder Wave. You've also got things like Healing Wish. Healing Wish is very helpful. It allows you to faint and bring in another Pokemon fully healed, which obviously if you've got a Pokemon that's down to red HP, you can then heal them up very nicely and they can come in and potentially do a sweep, for example. And you've also got things like Knock Off, which you can use. So Knock Off gets rid of the item on the opposing Pokemon, and getting rid of that item can sometimes have a really positive effect, especially things like Heavy Duty Boots, because a lot of Pokemon that run Heavy Duty Boots are very weak to rocks, so you have that option to run there. You also have things like Light Screen and Reflect that you are capable of running with this as well. EVs, what I'd recommend is going for a max HP, max special defense set with a calm nature, so more special defense, less attack, and 4 EVs in special attack. Or you could go for a max HP, max defense nature with max defense with an impish nature. No, with a bold nature, so more defense and less attack. It's the bold nature there. So those are some options that you can run on the EV variants. I wouldn't recommend going for speed in this case because it just doesn't really work very well for you. Moving on to the second Audino set, so allowing Audino to have a little bit of a physical presence, we have Throat Spray on here along with Hyper Voice. Now Hyper Voice, when you use it, the Throat Spray will activate and it will increase your special attack by 1 stage, taking to 360, which isn't too huge, but in the tiers that it's in, it can actually do a little bit of damage. And then we've got some good coverage moves on here as well. So you've got the ability, I didn't change to Regenerator, but you're likely going to want to change it to Regenerator. We've got Move-wise, Dazzling Gleam, powerful fairy type attack, as I said, lots of coverage on there, especially things like fighting types, which are super effective against you. Flamethrower to hit things like steel types, which can be a real pain, and then Ice Beam just to hit again for more coverage, hitting things like flying, dragon, and grass types for super effective damage. So having that coverage can work really nicely. Eevee's gone for max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. So going for the maximum possible special attack here I think is a must, and there's no point running in speed because realistically, even if you don't run max speed, you're not going to outspeed a lot of different Pokemon that are present. Now before I go on to the Dynamax set, I'm just double checking. I believe that Audino gets entrainment as an option, so it does get entrainment. Now entrainment allows you to change your ability to match, the target's ability to match your ability, and if you was to run a Klutz Audino, you could use that entrainment set as a possibility and then just go off with some more attacking moves, or go off with your support set as I covered previously. So entrainment Klutz can work possibly. I think Regenerator works slightly better, but that is an alternative if you would like to go for that. And finally, we have got a Dynamax Audino. Now this one is really interesting. I was trying to come up with something for Dynamax, and I saw that it gets Drain Punch, and Drain Punch can be really good in two ways, because one, when you Dynamax it turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat by 1 stage, which is very nice. You've also then got the Drain Punch capabilities when you're out of Dynamax, allowing you to heal yourself up, because you will be taking some damage when you are Dynamaxed. We've then got Facade. Facade, powerful normal type attack. Obviously, if you get burnt, for example, or toxic, or paralyzed, which are quite common occurrences, having that Facade there to do double damage can work really nicely for you. We have got Regenerator abilities, so you can switch out potentially after you've Dynamaxed, just because it's a possibility that you might want to use this later on in the match, but realistically, it's not going to have any other ability in this scenario. Iron Tail is powerful, steel type attack, turns to max steel spike, increasing up your defense stat, and then Dig turns to max quake, increasing up your special defense stat, so you can also raise up your defenses to allow you to live a few more attacks there as well. The idea here being possibly getting 3 max knuckles on here, which will allow you to go to 2.5, so that would take you to about 600 on your attack stat, which actually is a pretty respectable attack stat, even though it does require a lot of setup. Now, item-wise, I have put Red Card in here. Red Card causes the Pokemon that's attacking you, that's hit you, to switch out, and they have to bring in a new Pokemon. Now, I like running Red Card on Dynamax sets because I feel like it sometimes gives you a free turn where you are able to bring in certain Pokemon, also able to set up your Pokemon, and they have to bring in another Pokemon, or have to change things up a little bit. You can also run things like Leftovers, any assortment of berries, Heavy Duty Boots, even an option, possibly even something like Flame Orb to allow that Facade to activate. Lots and lots of different things that you have the option for here. Facade, with the Flame Orb, again, not the most desired thing, but if you want to run it, you can run it. As I said, this is more of a quirky set. It was quite difficult to come up with something, but I tried my best. Eevee's, max HP, max attack, with an adamant nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense, so it's just trying to hit as hard as it can. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.